A point tonight from Bedworth, Luke. What was your take on that overall performance?
Disappointing. I'll say probably the point we're grateful for, to be honest. Matt's obviously kept us in the game quite a bit as well, but disappointing in terms of our front. Like the lads were unacceptable tonight. Their attitude, the discipline, and just sort of like the composure, as we've just been talking about. Like there was nothing in the team. When we changed it, we went to 4-4-2 just to try and put a little bit of pressure on their defence. Go with two big physical strikers, and even when it went up there, we either struggled to get hold of it or we struggled to find an opening to be able to create a chance. I don't think we actually tested the keeper once second half. But again, at half time I said, you're away from home, our mistakes will cost us and their third man runs will cost us, and in the end I think it was both that did cost us.
Obviously we went a goal up and then sort of took the foot off the gas, so where did it go wrong for us tonight?
First half I think we played with a real good intensity, but especially first 20, and then we sort of, for some reason, just started fading away. I think they went in a little bit further and behind, and our own mistakes started allowing them to get momentum back in the game, and that's what's hurt us. Like we put ourselves under a lot of pressure with the way we play, and we haven't trained in 3 weeks now because we've had games on Monday nights and we train obviously Monday nights. So again, that could be something I need to look at as well. But again, not taking anything away from Bedworth tonight. They were probably the better side and probably deserved more than what they got from it tonight.
I know you just briefly mentioned it was a mistake, obviously that led to the goal. It was a mistake that led to the League Town goal last week. But how do we go about cutting those mistakes out and being a bit more solid at the back?
So we have got a new side. We've got a 15-year-old lad playing left back, and take nothing away from him. He's been fantastic since he's come in, and he's a young lad full of potential. And as I said at the start of the game, that he's 15 years of age. He's probably the most talented, with the most potential young lad at the club at the minute. Because in terms of he's playing 18s football, he's now getting men's football. He's learning on the job, so he's playing games for us. He's learning, and he's going to make mistakes. So we have to understand that. So in order if he's going to make a mistake or whatever, we have to be covered around him. But then we've also got a new lad at right back. We've got two new centre midfielders. One tonight who hasn't played any minutes at all this season. We've got a brand new fresh squad, and last year we did make the same mistakes we're making now, but we just got away with them in terms of our positioning off the ball when we've got the ball. So something we need to look at in training.
Obviously 7 points from 9, it's obviously disappointing not to get the full 9, but we're moving to 17 games unbeaten. But so what sort of positives can you take from the start we've had?
Take loads of positives, because like, we're away from home and we haven't been beat first of all, so that's an always plus. And I think the league this year is tough. You can see everyone's beating everyone, or everyone's putting each other up against a tough task, and there's not really any easy teams in the league this year. We've probably played 2 teams, without disrespect to them, who haven't been as strong as we have played tonight, and we did play last week, and certainly not what we're going to come up against as well. So look, we'll take the positives, because we're away from home. We've got a point. We've got points on the board. And obviously we've kept an unbeaten run for a while now. Obviously 90 minutes, obviously losing last week on pens, but we've kept an unbeaten run in 90 minutes now for 17 games. So it's just about, can we then take it to the next level and get wins rather than draws.
I just want to touch on the next game. Obviously we're at home to Rugby Town. We've been away for 3 games, but how do we go about getting a positive result and getting back on that winning trail for us?
Yeah, so we've was meant to play Stourbridge next Friday. The game's been cancelled because of their FA Youth Cup duties, so good luck to them. But we play Rugby Borough next week. They drew to Bedworth. No, they didn't, sorry. They drew to Inkborough 3-3. So look, it's going to be a tough game. Every game's going to be a tough game. Even the ones who were probably the whipping boys at the bottom, they're still tough games, and still you have to turn up and make sure you do the right things.